Let me introduce the first gang. Welcome back, Daniel Ricciardo. Then we have Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly. Well, Daniel, it's good to see you. How does it feel to be back?
Thanks, Tom. Good to see you too.
We're quite close to each other.
We've never been, yeah, I like Tom. He's all right. We've never been that close.
Physically.
Thanks. It's good. It's good to be back. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It feels kind of, I don't know. It doesn't feel that foreign. Like it feels familiar. I guess it hasn't been that long. But yeah, it's good. Very good. A lot of people are happy, so that's good as well.
Has your return to Formula One come sooner than you expected?
Yeah, for sure. But I think getting back into the Red Bull family this year, it brings back a lot of like old feelings and things that I was used to, you know, growing up and being part of that team. Or
Coolest thing you've done whilst sitting out the first 6 months?
Oh, well, it was just like little luxuries, like having a bit more time to just not be on a plane every few days. But you know, it's funny how used to that kind of cadence you get. So, you know, as much as it was nice to maybe spend a bit more time at home or do some things with friends, you know, I went to a buddy's bachelor party, which I don't think I've ever done, so that was cool. It was in a little place called Vegas as well. So these are things you don't normally do during a season.
We want to see the pictures.
I'll show you later. But anyway, it was that was just some fun things. But it's just more having a little bit more, I guess, free time. But that being said, I feel like I got my fix, and we're back, and I'm happy to be back.
Now, we're told that you got up to speed very quickly last week, driving the Red Bull at the Pirelli test. What are your expectations with AlphaTauri?
Well, I know, you know, the car I drove a week ago was a pleasure for sure, and that was something for me that was just so nice to get back into a car again, and just it was the last box I kind of needed to tick to just make sure that, you know, this is what I truly want. And that.
Final one from me. What are you doing about the physio situation in the team? Because your old guy, Michael Italiano, is now working with Yuki. So what happens? Are you sharing Michael, or have you got a new guy coming?
So I'm Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, is that what you call it?
Where's the wolf pack?
Was it?
In Vegas.
So I got Piru helping me out. You might know him as Piri. I don't know, but I got the right pronunciation. So Piru's going to just help out on race weekends, just for just to kind of make the flow of the weekend go a little smoother. But yeah, like a lot of things in this time off, I also wanted to. I always said if I come back to the sport, I want to do things a little differently. So, you know, this year I also wanted to find that like self motivation and make sure that, you know, I wanted it to come from me, you know what I mean? Like, so the training, all of it, like the mindset, I wanted to get back into the sport because it's truly like coming from me and what my heart desires. So I've been doing it myself this year, and it's I've got the answers I wanted.
All right, well, look, best of luck this weekend and for the rest of the season. Oscar, can we come to you now? It is the first time since 2013 that we've had two Aussies on the grid. Can we get your reaction to the news that he's back?
Yeah, I'm very happy for him to be back. I remember watching when it was two Aussies last time around. So no, it's very, very cool. You know, we're from a long way away, and it's pretty rare to have two of us at the same time. So yeah, from a country with such a small population relative to Europe, it's very, very cool to have two of us on the big stage.
And Oscar, you come... Microphones, lads, we've got them. Yeah.
I was asking how old he was when he was watching 10 years ago, so he was 12.
Yeah,
so
I was 12.
It's crazy.
Now, Oscar, you come here on the back of a very strong result at Silverstone. You finished fourth, so close performances this year already. With this upgraded McLaren, are you the most comfortable you've been in Formula One?
Yes and no. I think the car is obviously a fair bit quicker than what we had at the start of the season. I think it still has quite similar strengths and weaknesses that we've started to address, but still needs some more work. So the car doesn't feel massively different. It's not like it's a completely different animal to drive now. So that we'll have our strong tracks. I think Silverstone with all the high-speed corners suited us quite nicely. Here's obviously a much lower speed circuit, so we'll see how we go. I think we'll try and be optimistic that we can stay more towards the front, but whether we'll be fighting for a podium again, I'm not quite sure.
All right, best of luck. Thank you, Oscar. Max, coming to you now. Can we just get a word on your former teammate being back and, of course, replacing your fellow countryman, Nick de Vries?
Yeah, I spoke already quite a bit with Daniel last week. I could see he was very excited. Also after, of course, driving our car. So yeah, of course, it's great to have Daniel back on the grid within the family. Of course, on the other side, I'm also good friends with Nick, so it's also sad to see him go. But unfortunately, that's also how this world works. I mean, I don't think there are any hard feelings, between the drivers. That's just how it goes. But yeah, you have to move on. I mean, there are a lot of other opportunities out there. It's not only Formula One, in this world of racing. So I'm sure everyone just, will land back on its feet like normal. And yeah, you move on. And now the opportunity is here with Daniel again. He had his little reset, I think, including Vegas. So I think he's ready to go again.
And Max, let's talk records now. The sim tell you, where do you think it's going to improve?
In the corners, mainly.
Should these guys be worried? I mean, it's not like you've been slow so far this year.
I mean, everyone, of course, naturally always tries to improve their car, right? So that's also what we are trying to do.
All right. Best of luck this weekend. Thank you,
mean,
Max.
yeah.
Carlos, let's come to you now. It's a bit of a golden age for Spanish sport at the minute. First, John Ram wins the Masters a few months back. Then Carlos Alcaraz wins Wimbledon last weekend. Are you feeling the pressure?
Of winning Wimbledon?
Winning Wimbledon, for sure not. No, just proud. I guess proud, no, for my country, and we seem to have this relatively small population for a country like Spain, no, but we still seem to produce some good athletes out there, since Rafa, Fernando, basketball team is always good, football team is always good. I don't know, we seem to be doing well in sports, and now with golf, tennis, also again with Alcaraz. It's a good time to be Spanish and to follow sports, because you have a lot of fun on the TV watching every Sunday someone win or someone doing well or someone to support and be excited about. And yeah, just proud of my country and the athletes we produce.
Now, Carlos, let's talk performance. Silverstone was a bit disappointing for Ferrari after two strong races preceding that. Do you understand the issues at Silverstone, and what are your expectations for Hungary?
Yeah, I do. And I actually, if you remember, before Silverstone, I was the first one to say, wait for Silverstone, no? Because I had the feeling that going back to a proper high-speed track, windy track, I felt like we had done some good steps forward, but there's still, especially in this tight battle for second behind Red Bull and Max, the teams are very, very tight, and it's very close between Mercedes, Aston Martin, now McLaren, see if Alpine joins or not, but it's really, really tight. So it's going to be one weekend you're going to be a 10th in front, another weekend you're going to be a 10th behind, and it's a swing of 2 tenths that it could change just the outcome of the whole weekend, and you could look like, oh, now we're back in P2, P3, P4, and then the next weekend you're P7 and P8, and the result change is massive, but the relative performance that you've gained or lost is actually not that much. It's just that the track suits you better, or McLaren better, or Aston better, or Mercedes better, no? So I think it's important not to overreact and just know that so far there's going to be good weekends and not so good weekends.
And the Hungaroring?
Hopefully a bit better. I think we are all a bit hopeful that Hungaroring should suit us a bit more. But again, it will depend, unfortunately, with our car. It depends a lot on the track temperature. It depends a lot on the wind situation. We know we have certain weaknesses that make us vulnerable and make us sensitive to these kind of things, no? But if conditions are good for our car, I think we should be relatively strong around here.
All right, best of luck to you. Pierre, thank you for waiting. Can we kick things off just by getting your thoughts on the driver changes that have happened at your former team, AlphaTauri?
We talked with Daniel a bit earlier last week, and also with Nick. Obviously, I know them both. I think they're two fantastic drivers, and it's great to see Daniel back on the grid, and seeing what's up for grab with him, and obviously kind of sad to see Nick going, because I've known him for the past, probably 15 years, so just know he's a great guy, and at his chance probably didn't achieve as much as he would have liked, but just want to wish him the best, and as Mike said, there will be plenty of opportunities out there for him. Any
advice you'd give him when it comes to working with Franz?
He's old enough, and he knows Franz well enough to know what to do with him. But no, I just think he's great. I mean, he started there, he's back there now. He still has plenty of years ahead of him, and always enjoyed some battles with him on the racetrack. So hopefully it's going to be the case.
Now, Pierre, what about performance at Alpine? Silverstone was ultimately disappointing, with neither you nor your teammate finishing the race. Are you expecting better things here in Hungary? All right, best of luck to you as well. Now, let's open this to the floor. Who's got our first question, please? Yes, name and publication.
Thank you. David Croft, Sky Sports F1. Welcome back, Daniel. I think this is the happiest press conference we've had for some time. I don't know if that's got anything to do with your return or not. But it's good to see you back, although you're going back to your ex. And they say sometimes you shouldn't go back to your ex because it's fraught with potential problems. Is this fraught with potential problems?
You have experience with that? Or?
No,
okay.
Absolutely no experience. I've just read about it on the internet. Quite happy with my current fiance. Thank you very much. Are there any pitfalls with going back to your ex at this time? And if not, give me 3 good reasons why it's the right time for you to go back to Faenza.
It's all good. It's all positive. That's 2. What's another one?
It's not. It's just
lots
one
of optimism.
statement.
Well, the team has. So I was there last week. Facilities changed a lot in the last 10 years since I was there. So it felt like a, let's say, a new team or a fresh environment. But also, like, 10 years is a long time. That team's changed. I've changed. So I don't really like. There's a nice kind of nostalgia going back. But I feel like we both evolved, and I'm starting this next phase chapter with a very kind of fresh, page. Also for me, I needed to, after, let's say, stepping aside from the sport for a little bit, I think I kind of changed probably my perspective on things, and I don't know. So I'm just coming into this without any. Oh, what's it going to be like? Oh, it's going to be a struggle here. It's going to be frustrating. Like, it's not. I'm just happy to have this opportunity. I think just getting an opportunity again inside the Red Bull family is something I'm really appreciative of. So that's really where my head's at. Just try and enjoy it. I'm sure we'll have some work to do, but I'm not going to solve every problem this weekend. So it's really just about me getting back into that kind of the race weekend and the flow. And last week, of course, it was a very good car I drove, but it, filled me with some confidence. So try to take a little bit of that into this, but also not expect the world, just day by day.